Hello, people. Some of you guys know that in this channel I talk about addictions, giving up cigarettes, and improving your health and your life in general, progression. And progressing through life, it's organic, it could be slow, it could be fast, but whatever you do, as long as you're progressing, and everything starts with health. And that's the intention of me growing this channel, sharing my, failures, my struggles, some of my vulnerability, and, just to motivate and inspire you guys that there is always hope. There's always opportunity to better yourself. And no matter how bad you think you have it, there is hope. You can better yourself. You're not alone. And, life in general, it's a progress. And yeah, I wanted to make this point to you guys. But also, the main aim of this video was to talk about what's happening in Gaza, the suffering in the Middle East. And this is not siding with anyone and not siding with, political parties or people or races. This is real life. This is me as a human being and just, expressing my humanity. And we must speak up. We must speak up regardless of how big our channels and accounts are. And whether we have these or not, we need to speak up when we see injustice to our fellow human beings, be it in the Middle East, Africa, wherever, even in Europe. Wherever we see injustice to humanity, we need to speak up. And talking of injustices, there is great injustice in the Middle East currently to the people of Gaza that are suffering immensely beyond words that I can explain in my vocabulary. And it's heartbreaking. And I've been meaning to make a long form video like this about this. And yeah, it's painful to, watch the news. I try to avoid it in most cases. But when you do come across it and you see children starving because of no food and they're dying, and, mothers looking at their kids and can't, unable to do anything, can't help them because there is no food, there's no medical, supplies. The necessity of living is not there. The constant bombing and fear and anxiety and dread is always there. And, the people are moving up and down. It's heartbreaking. We, living in a peaceful environment, we have no idea as to what is going on. But when we see it and when we know it's happening, we need to speak up and protest peacefully and, acknowledge and allow people around you to know what's happening. Yes, we don't have the power to do anything. We're not politicians, we don't have armies, but we can protest. And in numbers, we are strong, and this is our biggest weapon, and they are scared of that. They are scared of people in numbers who protest, and they know that the process is a just one. So they know that people are united and strong and firm in their belief. And this is what they fear, and this is what we need to be. We need to be united together. Because as I've said again, it's not a matter of picking sides, it's humanity. And in this day and age, to see the scenes that you see in the news, it brings tears to my eyes. As a father myself of two young kids, I can't even imagine, to see the suffering of my kids because there's no food, there's no basic necessity, there's bombs and all sorts flying off. It is madness, it's intolerable, it's hard to fathom what is happening and that it's allowed to happen in this day and age, 2025, and in the so-called civilized countries that are just going about their business and even in the background working with these same evilness that are committing these crimes. Yeah, so I just wanted to, make sure that I can relieve myself by saying what I need to say about this. And, to the people of Gaza, the Palestinians, they are suffering greatly. And it's a shame that we as humans, with all the technology and the knowledge that we have in our hands, that we have not learned from our past mistakes, and that we are committing horrendous crimes on a mass scale, and it's allowed to happen. That is the irony. It's allowed to happen by the so-called powers, the G5s, the G7s. What do you do? What do you do, And all you do is speak up. speak up and, point out their nonsense, their BS. And they will try to threaten us, they will try to silence us, they will try to put new laws into place so you don't go and protest peacefully, because they are scared of us. They are scared that we are aware of what's happening, we are strong in our numbers, we are firm in our belief, and they fear this. They want us to acknowledge their nonsense that they try to, put on us, so that we are numb and, we don't even blink twice as to what is happening. There's a bigger agenda that's happening in the Middle East and as a whole around the world, because countries like America are no longer countries, they are empires. We are dealing with an empire. Just like the Roman Empire, we are dealing with the American Empire. And they have agendas that me, you, the ordinary person, we don't see it. We as humans, we see the suffering, the injustice, but for them it's like a layer. They don't even acknowledge that. They just see the bigger aim that they want to achieve. And we need to be aware of what's happening, and we need to protest, and we need to speak out. And this is not tolerable. This is heartbreaking. It's painful as a father to see this. And I'll call it out wherever these crimes are happening. I will call it out. It's wrong. And it's a shame that we humans have not learned from our past mistakes, from World War One, from World War Two, and the multiple wars that we've had after that, that we continue to bring on suffering and genocide to our fellow human beings. Leave me a comment and let me know if you guys resonate with me, and if you feel the same, that this has gone on for a considerable amount of time. And it's a shame that, none of these leaders who have power to stop this are actually doing anything about it, apart from lip service and condemnations and so on, whilst it's still happening. It is heartbreaking, my friends. And on that note, thank you for watching this video, and I hope I have, shared my insight and my views of what's happening to the suffering in Gaza.